Y'all, I don't know why a book about a 29-year-old woman is found in the children's section of the bookstore, but I love this book. Hi friends, I'm so glad that you are here today. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, and I could not wait for my mid-August wrap-up to talk about The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery. I just had to do a review on it. This may be my favorite romance book of all time. I love it so much. I remember growing up reading L.M. Montgomery. If you've been on my channel for more than a couple videos, you've heard me talk about my love for the Anne series and the other books that L.M. Montgomery has done, such as the Emily books, Jane of Lantern Hill, The Story Girl. I love Anne. I love all her other books. I've read most of her short story collections. I had never read The Blue Castle before. And that is most likely because most of the books I was introduced to as a child, and even though I have seen this in the children's section of the bookstore before, it is about a 29-year-old woman. And yet, I would consider it to be a coming-of-age story because this young lady has never had the chance to fully grow up and come into herself. We deal with our protagonist, who is Valancy, and her family, she loves her name, but her family calls her Doss. And they treat her as if she's a child, and they ask her to do a lot of mundane tasks, and if she wants to read a novel or go see someone or do something interesting, or even talk well about someone who is considered to be a sinner, they really suppress her, and she has a very hard life. Now, the very beginning of the book is very drab because her existence is drab, and I can understand why there are some people who may DNF this book, do not finish it very early on, because she has had such a drab existence, and she is a little bit woe is me. But one day she receives a letter that has her stirred to make a change and start actually living her life. She starts telling her family no. She starts doing what she wants to do. And although it sounds like she might be making a selfish choice in doing that, it actually leads her into caring for some other people who nobody wants to help. And following her intuition in doing that, she ends up having something that she has always wanted, which is a romance. This book is probably now one of my favorite romances of all times. It is beautifully done. It is not over the top. The Blue Castle, she lives in a very ugly house. She does not live in a blue castle. The Blue Castle is her dream. She is always imagining things, like a lot of L.M. Montgomery characters, better than what they are, making them grander in her imagination. I really like the way that this book was at the beginning, middle, and end. I felt like the middle, sometimes when books can get a little heavy, it was my favorite, almost the middle. And then of course the very end, I feel like the story is done really well. And also I felt a lump in my throat through reading a lot of the book because it made me feel some emotions that I have not felt in a while. Like, wow, like about the romance and just the character. I just loved Valancy, even though she starts off very dour, sour person. I don't know, there was just something about her that was truly very hopeful. So I hope that you will give this a try. If you are someone that DNFs early, which I'm all for DNFing and DNFing early, you might just give it slightly longer than you normally would in order to get this story going. If I have one negative complaint, I feel like even though I am so glad she stood up for herself, I felt like she was slightly disrespectful in the manner that she treated her mother. I feel like she should have done exactly what she did with just slightly more kindness in her attitude towards her mother. I have a mother I love very much who never treated me like this, so it's really easy for me to say, but yeah, again, it was the mother in the end, I had a little bit of compassion for. Not too much though. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you get a chance to read a lot this beautiful August. It is sunshiny and hot where we are. So it's beautiful if I am in a pool, which I have been a lot. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.